Hello and welcome to another little video clip. It's only a small little clip just to kind of show you the kind of animations that I'm doing. Now, at this moment in time, the character belongs to me, the road belongs to me. The two vehicles that you see in the video scene, they come out of the Windows 10 3D viewer. So the Microsoft's assets, that's what they are. So I'm trying to wait for an email from Microsoft so I can actually use the assets in my game. Now this is just Emma kind of having a little bit of fun on the motorbike. So anyway, just to let you know this, I've only done it for fun. That's all I've done it for. I think it's a young little girl. She wouldn't really be on the motorbike. She really wouldn't. But I think because I've seen the motorbike and it looks pretty great. I think it kind of suits the character. I think myself personally, even though she shouldn't be on it because she's only like 12 years old. But I think in the game scene anyway, she finds the motorbike on the side of the road, kind of just left there, and she kind of has a little go on it. Now, in this in this part of the scene, she gets herself into trouble. I'll show you. Here we go. She's actually waving goodbye when you actually see the clip. So she pulls a wheelie, she gives you a little wave at the end, and of course, oh yeah. So as you see, she gets herself into a little bit of trouble. So as I said, this is Red Band Alley. So this is a scene out of the Red Band Alley where she kind of finds a bike in the middle of nowhere. She's driving around for a little while doing a quest. And then of course, when she comes to a certain place in certain part of the game, the police are there and of course, because she's, let's say, having a bit of fun, even though, she's acting silly. But I'm thinking she's not doing any harm. She's not a real character, so I'm thinking there's no reason why she can't basically have a bit of fun in the game. And I'm thinking then of course the police turn up and kind of tell her off for basically doing something that she shouldn't be doing. And not only that, she shouldn't even be actually on the motorbike because she's only young. So I'm thinking, okay then. But I think it's only a game world. It's only for fun. It's just to give you something else to do in the game. And the reason why she's actually on the motorbike in the first place, because she does have a push bike, she does. But I think you know you can kind of get from point A to point B a little bit faster on the motorbike. So I'm thinking if I can actually use these two assets, I'm not using two assets from Microsoft. Microsoft have got some really kind of great assets in Windows 10. Now, if I can actually use the assets in my game, because my game's free of charge, I'm just trying to make a really kind of fun game, and I'm kind of showing people what you can actually do with certain kind of assets. If you actually watch the vehicles, these ones here, you'll notice the wheels are not animated. So watch, if I go back really slowly, you'll see the wheels on a bike. It's not even turning. Look. Now I will have the wheel turning, just so you know that. If you watch the police car, I'll go frame by frame. You can notice the wheels are not actually turning. So I'll play the full video like this. Look. You can actually see the wheels are not actually turning. Now, I am aware of that, just in case someone says, oh, you didn't even animate the wheels. Now, as I'll tell you, because I haven't had the email just at this moment in time, because I've not long sent it to Microsoft, and I'm hoping I sent the email to the wrong place, to the right place. Hopefully. I'm hoping, like all websites, I'm thinking as long as you can kind of mention where you get the animation, not the animations, where you get the models from and who makes the models. I think most websites are okay with that, and what I'm assuming Microsoft will be okay with that because if you couldn't use the content, they wouldn't actually share it in Windows. So it is available for the whole planet to basically download any of the assets that I'm using. So of course, like everything, the car is not real inside it. There's no interior in that car. So I'm just letting you know that. So obviously it's only for like a screenshot. That's basically all it's for. So I think okay, I will add what I will do if I'm allowed to use the assets. If I am, I will take the wheels off the car and I will actually animate them so they actually turn. There's no point me opening the doors of the car because you can actually see inside the car. There's nothing inside the car, so I'm not going to open doors, but I will animate the wheels. And the same with the bike. I will animate the wheels on the bike. I will do that. And I'll animate the actual steering wheel actually on the bike. Because the whole bike basically is like one mesh. So nothing actually moves. It's all one thing. Well, I don't think it's actually made to be drove. I don't think it's for that. I think it's only like the car. I think it's only for show in the game. Basically, I think okay. It doesn't matter if it's for show or not. I think in anything that's in my game, I wanted to be able to do something. Now, of course, because we can't actually see through the windows of the police car, I think yeah, it looks kind of a bit weird because you can't see through windows. But I think I will kind of work around that. I'll kind of do some kind of texture and kind of put it on the window so it looks like there's actually somebody in the car. Because I'm thinking I don't want the windows like that. I don't. And the wheels have to turn because I don't want a wheel that basically doesn't actually turn. I know it's not real, but if it kind of turns or it's got the ability to turn in a circle, I actually want to do that. So obviously, as I said, I'm trying to show off really kind of great kind of assets. And why am I talking about Emily and the bike and the police car? Because in Red Band Alley, that's where if you look at the road, you'll notice it's got a red band on it because it's Red Band Alley. That's what it's called. So anyway, so I'm trying to keep all the colours for the kind of level so you know basically where you are. Later on, the road will change to a different colour because you actually left Red Band Alley. Once that happens, you probably are going to find it really hard to get back. You really are. So anyway, that's for later on in the game. It's a bit more towards the story. So at the moment, this is one of the roads. Now I'm not going to show you what's in the background because I'm hiding all that out the way so you can't see it. So anyway, this is just like a part of the game where she kind of, I'm going to use the word having a bit of fun. She's kind of being a bit silly. That's what she's doing. But she needs a way to basically because this road here, it's a really 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 long road, and if she kind of cycles down this road, it'll take her probably like 2 days to get down there. So I'm thinking if she uses the motorbike, she could probably do it in about half an hour. So I'm thinking it's just to make the game a bit quicker. That's what it's for. Or if you don't want to use the push bike and you don't want to use the bike, you can always walk. But if you do that in real life, in real time, it's going to take you about 3 days to walk this road. I think it's going to be a really, really long journey. And don't forget, depending on where the road is, you better have enough food on you to last you the whole journey because you will get hungry. So anyway, just to let you know that. But luckily for you, in my game world, I've got a few like berries on the side of the road, a couple of fruit trees. So if you get hungry, if you get really hungry, you can kind of eat the berries off the tree, off the bush, have the apples off the tree and oranges and things like that. So I have put a few little things in there for little bonuses for you, just in case you actually forget to take the food with you. Just in case, because you don't want to run out of food, you really don't. And there is a couple of shelters along the way, just in case you get a storm going on, like a big tornado, something like that. I think you need somewhere to hide. So anyway, you don't want a tornado if you're going down the road on a bike because he's going to basically take the whole bike off you and you with it. So just watch what you're doing in the game. Just be careful what you do and what you activate. Now, if I'm allowed to use this accessory, if I'm allowed to use it, then this is going to activate something else that's actually in this game part right at this moment in time. There's a certain thing that happens here. Now, there's nobody in the police car, just to let you know that. But what happens, obviously, when he flashes his lights, in this part of the scene here, I'm going to say she pulls another wheelie, that's what she does, and she basically burns off, that's what she does. Now, the police car can't chase her because what happens here, anyway, you have to watch the game to find out what happens. Something happens to the police car and it can't actually chase her. So she kind of gets away, so she's really kind of lucky. But anyway, there's a few moments in the game where you might think, that's a bit, you shouldn't really put that in the game because it's teaching people bad habits. It's only a game, that's all it is. It's only for a bit of fun, that's all it is. And not only that, it's an accessory, hopefully, that I can use to save you walking everywhere. So it's up to you. Sometimes, if you're really, really, really lucky and you do something really silly like that, you might get a trip in the back of the police car, so you won't have to walk nowhere. So anyway, it's entirely up to you how you play the game. So again, this is again another one of Microsoft assets. As I said, I'm trying to keep the videos nice and easy, nice and short, just so they don't take too long. So so you kind of get the idea. I'm kind of introducing you to certain parts of the game, so you can kind of build up like a picture of how the game's progressing. Just in case you want to put yourself on a little bit of input into the game. As I said, I'm looking for all new, fresh ideas. And where did this idea come from? This idea, this idea came from, I'm going to say, a young kid on the internet, and he goes, "Can I have a push bike in there where I can do wheelies?" I think, I suppose so. I can't see any reason why not. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to put it in the game scene and see how it looks. And I'll play one. I'll play another. I'll play it again for you. So as you can see, I'm using Format Factory. So as you can see, it's not really kind of too bad animation. Of course, it needs to be better than that, but and it needs to be longer than that. Now, it's only a small road at the moment, but it's not. It's actually a really, really long road. This road. So as I said, obviously, I don't want to keep going past the video because Anyway, I'm using Format Factory. That's what I'm using. It's a really great software for converting all of your content, pictures, videos, things like that, screen recording. It's a really kind of great bit of software, and it's free of charge. You can just download it. So I'm thinking, I like to share things that's free. So if you watch my content, you might think, oh well, the video is no good, but I talk about all different kind of great things that's on the internet. I'm thinking, if this software I'm using here for recording the screen, now it's a really kind of great free piece of software, and it does it does a lot. It really does. I mean, I can't believe it's free. I really can't. But I'm thinking it is free, so I'm thinking it's great. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to use that software. So I'm going to say to format factory. I'll just show you what it's called. Sorry, go back to there. There's the end of the video. So I need to I can't show you because it goes too fast. But anyway, if you pause the video on it, you have to read it. And it says Format Factory. If you type on the internet Format Factory, it's one word. You can download the software. As I said, it's great for basically converting your images, your videos, your sound. It does everything, more or less. Anything to do with video, like media, it's good for that. It does photographs and videos, that's what it does. So if you need to change your videos to, let's say, a certain format, like for your phones or something like that, or for your iPod, it can do that. It can change your photographs into certain file formats, like different type of files. So download it, play around with it. It's free of charge, so it's up to you. And every now and then, like probably every couple of months, they give you like a new version for free. I think that's great. So anyway, anything that's makes life easy, it's kind of great. And all of my content I'm showing you, it's free of charge. So if you want it, go ahead and get it. So I think anyway, this is just a small video, as I said, about Microsoft assets. And the reason why I'm showing the video in the first place is one just to explain to you. I have sent the email to Microsoft, so I'm waiting for the email for it. So, and it's also the vehicles. I'm talking about the vehicles because to get the vehicles, you have to go to Windows 10 Viewer, go to Library, download the motorbike and the car. There's also a really nice, fancy looking motorbike actually on the website. It's a really nice looking bike. If you like bikes, it's not this. I think this bike looks great. I think I do. But the big, massive bike, the really expensive bike, it looks really, really nice. So if you like bikes, I'm going to download all the bikes. I'm going to download the push bike, the motorbike, and the other motorbike. The other motorbike looks great. And then I'm going to have them all lined up together along the side of the road. That's what I'm going to do because I like the assets. And the reason why I'm speaking about it is because I've downloaded the actual ambulance from Microsoft. Now, the ambulance is the same as the police car. It's not the same as the police car because obviously it's an ambulance. But I'm saying it's the same, like the layout on it is the same. You can't open the doors because there's nothing inside it. The windows are the same colour, so I need to change that. Now, the back doors of the ambulance, they don't actually open. So what I've done, I put it into a blender. I cut around the door with a pair of scissors, basically, and I actually opened the doors. And then, because there's nothing actually in the back of the ambulance, I had to kind of make something in there. So when you look in the back of the ambulance, basically, I made like a square box in the back of the ambulance. But you can't, there's nothing actually in the ambulance. But I'm thinking, I need to be able to see in the back of the ambulance because my character later on in the video, she actually gets in the back of the ambulance because inside the ambulance there's a skeleton which again came from Microsoft Asset Store, and I think the ambulance, the skeleton obviously drives the ambulance. That's what he does. I've also downloaded the Grim Reaper from Microsoft Asset Store. He looks great too. He's also a skeleton. He is, but he's a Grim Reaper. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to put the Grim Reaper because he's a skeleton in the ambulance with the skeleton driver. So when she gets into the back of the ambulance, she doesn't realise that inside the ambulance there's actually a skeleton driving the ambulance, which is kind of a bit kind of strange, maybe a bit weird. But not only is a skeleton in the ambulance, the Grim Reaper's in there as well. I'm thinking, oh, she don't want to be in the ambulance, she really don't. But unfortunately for her, in that part of the clip, that part takes place in the game if you go a certain way. Now, if the character gets in the back of the ambulance and the ambulance goes down the road or up the road, whichever, and goes off the end of the map, she can't come back because something happens down there. And like I said in your video, I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end of the road. I'm not. So I'll let you take the journey yourself, and you can kind of see whether it's good or bad. It's up to you how you want to look at it. So anyway, there's certain things my character, there's certain places my character can go, and there's certain places you can still go there, but some places you really kind of probably wish you never went there. So it's up to you how you want to go about doing it. Now, some of the places where you're not really kind of supposed to go, they're kind of really, really hard to get to, just to stop any kind of younger generation kind of reaching a certain point in the game where it might actually kind of scare them a little bit. Now, it won't scare them, not really, I don't think, but it might do. They might get upset about a certain thing happening. Because in the game, my character sometimes, when certain things happen in the game, she gets upset. Now, I know when some people play games and some people get upset if someone else is upset. Now, it's only a game, nothing in the game is real. Like when she's playing on a bike with the police car, it's not a real thing. It's something that happens basically in real life, but not that often, and you don't really see it. So I'm saying I'm not basing my game on real life. I'm not. I'm just saying if certain things happen for a certain reason, I will kind of put certain aspects in the game, and you might like it, you might not like it. It's up to you. But I think you don't have to use the motorbike. You don't have to use it, and you don't have to use the push bike. I'm saying if you rather walk around with no shoes, because as you may know, my character from age 1 to 90, she does not have any shoes. Now there is shoes all around the level, and they're in the shop. If you get any money, if you want to go and do a job, get some money and buy some shoes, you can. If you look at her actually on the scooter, you can actually see she's not wearing any shoes. I think you don't really want to drive the scooter with no shoes on, without any shoes. You really don't. So I'm thinking, okay, anyway, just a small video to kind of introduce you to a few more, basically, of Microsoft assets, which kind of look also great. And I'm kind of showing you the kind of content that I'm using. Now, as I said, if I get an email, if I do receive an email telling me that I can't use the content, then it's fine. I can get rid of all the Microsoft assets. I do have a replacement item for each object, so I did make the bike myself. Of course, it doesn't look nowhere near as good as that, but I'm kept it there just in case I have to change the bike, or change the police car, or change the ambulance, or change the elephant, or something else. So anyway, I'm really hoping I can use the content because I said my game's free. I do want to show off everyone's content like Microsoft's, Sketchfab, Blender's assets, your assets. So it's all for fun. That's all it's for. It's not for nothing else. It's not for making profit, nothing like that. It's just all for fun. That's all it's for. And it's kind of, it's a good way to show off where other people's assets are, because you might not actually get to know where they are, really. And all of my assets, as you may or may not know, they're all on Sketchfab. So go below my videos, look at my content, and you can download my content from my website, which is on Sketchfab. from Evernote Box. You can just download it. And Microsoft's content, you'll find it on the Microsoft Windows 3D Viewer. If you basically go that, it's already in your system. So just type in the search bar 3D Viewer, click on Library at the top up here, click up here, click on the file will open, click Library, and you'll see all the items in there. So you can do that. Basically almost all of the assets don't come with animation and don't come with the skeleton. I don't really know why Microsoft does that. But if I'm using any of the assets like the police car, the motorbike, and the trees and elephants and mouse and things like that, the horse, if it needs a skeleton or an animation, I've probably made the skeleton and I've probably made the animation for that. So all you have to do is go to my cloud. You can download the animations, you can download the skeletons, but if you actually want to use it on the physical item that it's for, you have to go to the Windows Viewer and download the asset. Because I can't give you the asset, I can't give it you. It's not my asset, I really can't. So the only thing I can give you out of all of this, I can only give you the girl, her animation, and the road. But of course, no point me giving you the road and the girl animation because there's no bike. So she's going to look a bit silly if she's kind of flying on a road and she's got no bike. It's going to look really silly. It really will. So anyway, so I did make a replacement bike for the bike. I did make a replacement for that. So it doesn't look quite as good, but it still looks pretty great. So I'm thinking, okay, if I have to change the asset, I will change the asset. But I don't want to change the asset. I'm thinking, I want to try to build a game as quick and as fast as I can. But of course, I don't want to make every single object in the game myself. I'm thinking, loads of things that are already made, like the police car, the bike, the tree, the elephant. I'm thinking, anything that I don't need to make, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to try not to make it. But if I have to make it myself, then of course, I will make it. And I'll tell you the reason why I had to change it. So anyway, just another little kind of small video to kind of introduce you to Emma. So I'll give you one last look at it. There she goes. Here's the wave. See you later. Thanks for watching the video. And that's the end of that. So, okay, there you go. One last wave. There you go. Okay, we can watch the police car pull up if you want to. Okay, anyway, that's it. That's the end of the video. So, as you say, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe. Don't subscribe. Thanks so much for watching the videos. I really, truly appreciate it. I hope you're keeping well. Stay safe. Keep watching the videos because, you know, you're going to see the game progress through each part of the video. And I'll also show you any other software that I get. That's kind of great. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.